Hey y'all, it's your girl Drea back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. So it is day 3 of Vlogtober. Here goes another story time for you guys. Make sure you guys are commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Also be sure to hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video, because I am posting a video every day for Vlogtober. All right, so you don't want to miss out. And this is the last day I'll be in my Little Red Riding Hood costume. All right, so it'll be something different tomorrow, just so y'all know. And let's get right into the story. So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about how I bombed my SATs, y'all. I did. Don't worry, my mama made me take it over and over. But let me tell y'all why I bombed the SATs. All right. So, of course, the SATs, you take that when you are in high school. So, I'm a senior. No, I was a junior, actually. No, I was a senior. And I'm saying it had to be closer to the beginning of my senior year in the school year, because this was when my mom finally allowed me to have a boyfriend. And the boyfriend that she allowed me to have was only because she knew his mom and she knew he was a really nice boy, which he was. He was pretty much a lame. I actually did a story time about him. I forget what I called him. Probably called him lame. I don't know. But anyway, if you want to know who this dude is, it's the one who got mad. What story time was that? Oh, y'all, he sent my nudes to the football team. So if you haven't seen that story time, go check it out. This is the guy I am talking about. So yeah, he was crazy as hell. Anyway, in the beginning of our relationship, everything was cool. You know how beginning of relationships be. It'd be like the honeymoon phase. And like I said, it was the first time my mom actually allowed me to have a boyfriend. So I didn't have to sneak around and stuff. Although I still decided to sneak around. It didn't make any sense. I really didn't. I remember we spent a good part of that summer together, because like I said, I knew, well, if you've seen the other story time, I had told you guys that I had knew him through all our high school years, and he was newer to the school. I think he came freshman year, and I knew he always liked me. He was always cool. I just never liked him in that way. But when we start hanging out more at our little brother's football practice, that's when we really started to get to know each other on a different level. So yeah, I guess you can say we were really into each other. I got a lot of flack for being with him. Everybody always thought he was so lame, but I think that's what I liked about him, because I'm sick of the rest of y'all niggas, even though he ended up being just like the rest of them anyway, kind of. I mean, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I remember, y'all, we had signed up for the SATs. And of course, the SATs was every weekend or something. You could take it every weekend. Or was it every weekend or every other weekend? Whatever. You can sign up for whatever dates you want to take the SATs. So we had so happened to sign up for the same date. And I'm telling him oh yeah, I got SATs this weekend. He's like, oh shoot, I got SATs this weekend too. And I'm like, oh cool, we'll be taking SATs at the same time or whatever. So we're going through that week as normal, nothing crazy. And I remember that night of the SATs, we was on the phone talking for a good bit of the night before we had to go to bed. And the way we was talking, we was being so corny. We was oh my God, I just have to see you right now. I need to see you. He's like, yeah, I know, I want to see you too, but we got to get up early, and how we going to get to each other? So here go me, because I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. Oh, we can walk to each other. Come on, we can walk to each other. He's like, what? You want to sneak out and walk to each other? We got to get up early. So I'm just nope, come on. You're meeting me. You're meeting me. And when I tell y'all, he lived over by the high school, and oh, I'm like, who is that? It was somebody coming into the building. But yeah, he lived over by the high school, and I didn't. I probably lived, I don't want to hold you, I was probably a 30-minute walk. Yeah. like a 30-minute walk for real. So I'm like, come on, let's just walk to each other. Because in my head, I'm like, 30 minutes, that ain't nothing. 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. Like, what's up with it? Like, I walked everywhere. Like I said, my whole high school, I've been sneaking out the house and walking to whatever I wanted to go. Like, I pretty much thrived that night. Okay, so I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, what's up? So y'all thought I seen a spider crawling on the floor with a freak out. Because all these spiders behind me is fake, all right? So, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, let's just meet each other. So I finally convinced him to meet me halfway. And then we can walk the full way to his house and chill at his house or whatever. So he's just like, okay. All right. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to get dressed now. Because like I said, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. It was so easy for me to sneak out. So I'm sneaking out. And I'm on the phone with him, like, yeah, did you get out the house yet? He's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for my brother to fall asleep. Because his mom had a lot of kids too, like my mom. So, and I think he actually shared a room with, like, some of his brothers. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, so he's like, yeah, I'm about to sneak out now. So he snuck out. He's walking towards me. I feel like I walked way further than he did. But that's because I've just left the house before he did. And I don't know, we was already going to his house anyway, so it really didn't matter. But anyway, he ended up meeting me. And yeah, it was a happy. I'm like, hey, you know, he's all scared. Like, I know I was a little bit scared just because I hated seeing the I'm gonna call them reindeer. Goodness gracious, I hated seeing all the deer outside. We had a lot of deer, but after a while, like, I just started getting used to seeing a bunch of deer outside. Even though till this day I still be like, oh, it's a deer. Woo, he close. But yeah, so I'm just like, every time I see a deer, I'll just be like this and just start walking faster past them. Because honestly, deer, they don't really bother you, but they're just big as hell. Like, they're big as fuck. So we ended up going back to his house and he sneaks me in. And I remember he was just like so scared. And I'm just like, calm down. Which I shouldn't have, because he had his mom and his dad living there. And I used to be like, calm down. But I don't know what was wrong with me. Like, I don't know, just bold, shoot. So we go in there. I remember we're chilling. He brings me in his room. We're chilling in his bed. We don't do nothing. We're literally just talking and just enjoying each other's company. And yeah, and then at this point, like, I remember I had slept over there for just like an hour or two and set an alarm to wake back up to walk back. And I remember when I woke up, I was so tired, and I was low-key mad because I'm like, dang, I wish I could just stay here, because where we had to take the SATs at was right up at the high school where is basically where he lived. So yeah, I'm always just doing dumb shit that niggas would probably not do for me, but I don't know. Like I said, I was boy crazy, just ridiculously crazy. So now I'm just like, oh my god, like, I'm so tired, but I knew I had to get my ass up and back home before I get in trouble, you know? So I'm just like, ugh, all right. So gets up, you know, he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. And he sneaks me back out and he walks me up the hill, whatever. And we say our goodbyes and I walk all the way back to my house. Yeah, terrified, because at this point, it's like 5, 6 in the morning. No, it had to be like 5 in the morning. And I'm scared of the deer. Once it start getting real late like that, it start getting it's like cold, you know? It's a little cold. And yeah, I'm just like, oh, why I do this? Like, it's always fun doing it, but having to walk back is just like, ugh. So I'm walking back and I'm just low-key, I'm jogging at this point because I'm like, I need to hurry up and lay down. And I think the SAT started at 8. So I knew by the time I got home, I was only going to have like an hour to sleep and I had to get up and get ready to do my SATs. Y'all, so dumb. Like, why would you do that when you have big testing in the morning that will determine if you can get into like a decent college? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, y'all. I swear I did not care about stuff like that. I just did not. And I had really good grades, but it's just like I did not care about stuff like that. Boys come first. Like, y'all, seriously, do not act like that. I'm telling you. Like I said, I always had my schoolwork and good grades, but I was just way too boy crazy. Put them above everything. So basically, I had put my boyfriend above this important testing. I did. So I get back in the house. Everything's cool. I take a, yeah, I swear I keep seeing stuff crawling. But yeah, so I'm just like, all right, let me get my butt up. It's, 7 o'clock. All right, I got SATs in an hour. I got to be there 15 minutes early. Let's do this. So, I'm splashing water on my face. I actually hop in the shower real quick, trying to wake myself up. Like, all right, let's do this. Let's get ready. So, y'all, I hop in the car with my mom. She's like, are you ready? You're going to do so well, and don't forget, like, if you don't do well, you could take it again and again and again, as many times as you want to. And I'm like, Mom, I'm only taking this one time. Like, sir, I'm only taking this one time. So let's do this. Let's get this over with. She's like, I know, that's right, girl. So then it's just like, I get there. And now I get nervous. Because I'm like, dang, SATs, ain't that like 3-4 hour test? Damn, I forgot how long it's about to be. Y'all, I came so unprepared to the SATs. First of all, they gave us our little assigned seats. I remember I sat right in the front. And then I didn't bring no pencil. How do you come to the SATs and don't bring no pencil? Luckily, they provided you with pencils, multiple pencils already sharpened, so you don't have to get up and distract people trying to go up to the pencil sharpener and sharpen it. Or at that point, we also had the electric ones too. So they give you multiple sharpened pencil. Thank God, because I didn't come with a pencil. Then they're reading us all the directions. And they're like, all right, you guys have your calculators? I'm just like, calculator? Y'all, I didn't bring no calculator to the SATs. Like, who did I think I was? I was so mad because I had one of those scientific calculators, the real big bulky ones. Just left it at home with my pencils. But I didn't forget to walk all the way to my boyfriend's house last night. But I forgot the important stuff for my future. Forgot my scientific calculator. So the person who, like the teacher who had just so happened to be holding the SATs that weekend he just so happened to be my math teacher. And he was looking at me like, now, Drea, like you're one of my smartest kids in my class. Like, what is going on with you this morning? And I'm just like, Mr. Teacher, like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm just nervous. So since he been with me, he pulled out one of his little scientific calculators out his little suitcase and hooked me up. And I was like, thank you. Because the other calculators I had there were just like the regular calculators. But he knew what calculator I needed to succeed. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. He was just like, all right. So he explained all the directions. And he was just like, all right, guys, turn your, what do you call it? The SAT booklet or whatever it was. Turn it to the back. And what you have to do on the back is you have to write this paragraph underneath, copy that paragraph, but in cursive. And of course, anybody else would be like, oh, period. That's easy. Y'all, when he said that, I was just like, oh, cursive. Because the very first letter I seen was an I. And guess who didn't know how to write a capital cursive I? That's right. This girl right here. But you know what? I blame the school system. Although we had a really great school system, I'm not going to hold you. They taught us cursive in like 2nd grade. And we didn't learn it since then. But of course, you would have teachers that'll be like, all right, I want this paper written in cursive. I don't know how, but literally every teacher leading up to that, I never had to write my papers in cursive. And I would have my friends in other classrooms be like, oh yeah, my teacher had me write our paper in cursive. I'm like, I swear I never had to write my papers in cursive. And then once I got to high school, they only wanted your papers typed. Like, we wasn't even printing our papers no more. So when they wanted us to write a paragraph in cursive on the back of the SATs, y'all, I damn near fainted. I was like, I ain't really wrote cursive since like second grade beside my signature, you know what I'm saying? And then like, even still to this day, I know how to write cursive. Like the way I write, it's like a mix of print cursive. Like that's just the way I write. But it's just like, y'all, I really like, y'all don't ask me how to make a, well, I know how to make a capital I because, once my, Mr. Teacher was like, yeah, a paragraph in cursive, he see my face. He gonna be like, what? I'm like, dang, cursive? He was like, yeah. He was like, you know what? Let me help you out. He's like, this is the capital I. This is the capital Z. This is the capital. I'm like, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna get some of this right. But let's just say on that part of SATs, I didn't do well at all. I did not do well at all. I ain't gonna hold you. So, but yeah, so he's writing out on the board, and I'm like, okay, thank God. Like I'm starting to feel better. Now, the type of test taker I am, I really, really have to study because I'm a very slow test taker. And that's just what it is. I'm a slow test taker. I don't care. That's just how it's always been. And then I always used to tend to second guess myself. So it's like I'll know the answer, but then I'm like, oh no, that's not it. And I end up picking something else. Meanwhile, it'll be the first answer I seen it was. And I just always just used to psych myself out with that stuff. So I was never, or I don't want to say never because I don't like talking like that. But back then I always had it in my head like, you're not a good test taker. You're not a good test taker. Y'all do not think like that at all. But that's literally how I used to think, as though I was not a good test taker. So I was already nervous in that aspect, taking a super huge test that, I mean, you take the PSATs, which is, the practice PSATs, and, they give you a whole bunch of little worksheets and everything to practice for the SATs. But is anybody ever really ready for the SATs? Or was it just me? Because I just felt like I just wasn't ready, but was like, so whatever, come on. So I'm taking the SAT. I noticed people is finishing before me, getting up. Or could you leave? No, did you have to stay the whole time? I think you had to stay the whole time, no matter what, if you finish early or not. But I noticed after a while, people was just sitting there waiting, like for other people to get done. Some people were just laying there with their head down. And I'm just like looking around like, shoot, like I need to hurry up because I noticed people was done and I would be in the middle of my test. But I'm looking at the time. I'm like, well, we still have a whole hour left. So shoot, I think I'm doing okay. I'm just taking my time. Like I was very tedious, a perfectionist, all that. And like I said, I second guessed myself a lot. So I'm taking this, especially when it came to like the math portion, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm good at math. Like I really need to do good in this. And then when it came to like the reading parts, I just wanted to make everything was good. And then of course, the writing parts and the open-ended questions, I wanted to make sure I was answering everything the correct way. So y'all, I did all that. I finished my test. I felt good about it, but at the same time I didn't, because I felt like towards the end I had to kind of rush at the end because I was running out of time. Not only that, but I was very tired. I didn't even eat anything before then. So I was just very, very unprepared. Very unprepared. So I took the test. I'm asking my boyfriend after I was over, like, oh, how did you do? And he was just like, I think I did pretty good. I think I did good. And I'm just like, oh, that's wonderful. I think I did okay. I feel like I was taking long with my test, but I just wanted to make sure I answer all the questions and we just going to see how we do. And he was like, yeah, true. I'm sure you did well. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. So I remember afterwards, he actually came over my house. So my mom picked us both up and we went back to my house and we chilled in my room. Door open, of course. But we were just chilling in my room and y'all, we was in there knocked out. Knocked out because we had stayed up so late the night before. Like, oh my goodness, we was in there arcade. I'm telling you, I was knocked out. I was so tired. But yeah, so of course, I forget how long to get results back. I think it was a few weeks. But we ended up getting our results back. And I should have looked this up before I told this story, because I forgot what scores are good and what's bad. Excuse me, I'm a little congested because I just started, my allergies started to back up. But I'm looking at my score and I'm just like, ugh, this is so bad. Like, below average type bad. And of course, my boyfriend's asking me like, how did you do? Because this mofo did well. He did so freaking good. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just honest, because I've always just, whatever. Oh, I didn't do, that good, but that's okay. And he's like, oh, dang, well, let me see what you got. And then I'm like, chill the fuck out. Like, I just sat and didn't do that good. You don't need to know my exact score, nigga. Swear. So he's telling me his score. I'm like, oh my God, that's wonderful. And, my mom, she's seen my score before I did. Cause I think you can look. Do they send it to your house or can you look it up online? I can't remember. Maybe both. Probably both. But anyway, she's looking at my score and she's like, yeah, Drea, you did not do so well. But it's cool because I signed you up to take it again. I was like, oh my God. My mom does not play around. Not you signing me up to take it again. And I'm just like, all right, Mom, nope, no problem. I'll take it again. That's fine. She was like, yeah, because you can take it as many times as you need to get a good score. I was like, you're right, Mom. Yeah, I'll take it again. Which I didn't mind taking it again. Plus, I felt like I needed a redo anyway. And plus, I felt like I already took it, so I already know what to expect. So, yeah, but yeah, I bombed the hell of that SAT test, y'all. All because I wanted to go chill with my man the night before. Like, y'all, I'm telling you. Don't do it. Not for some little boy. Not for no grown man. Not for nobody. Don't do it. Worry about you. Center yourself. All right? Do things for yourself. And that's going to get you to the next level in your life. Because these men are only going to, or boys, I say boys, I'm talking about high school. These boys are only going to hold you back. So don't do it. Luckily, you could take the SAT over and over again. But if I couldn't, I would have been ish out of luck. Okay, so don't do it. But yeah, y'all, that's basically the story about how I bombed my SATs, y'all. Oh my goodness. But anyway, that's it for day 3 of Vlogtober. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And I will see you guys tomorrow in day 4. Bye.